Hello everyone and welcome to the Bitcoin Basics series. My name is Mark from the Bitcoin Tutor, and today we're going to talk about different kinds of wallets. So first of all, what is a wallet and why is it important? Well, a wallet is the way we store cryptocurrencies. In the financial world, we typically talk about something called accounts, but in the Bitcoin world and the crypto world, we talk about wallets. Okay, and there's a sort of a historical reason for that, but you can basically equate the two at this point, and then I'll break out some of the details as we go. What we've seen a lot in crypto is one of the big challenges is that people risk their crypto usually by trusting the wrong people, either getting into scams or getting involved in some business arrangement that is really not safe, or they trust the wrong people to hold their cryptos. See, it's different than just numbers in the digital space. We actually have to control a private key, and the private keys are what give us access to all of these cryptos, to allow us to spend them, to send them to someone, and to move them around. So whoever has the private key really owns the cryptos. And so in crypto, we talk about proof of keys. It's a term that's just common in the crypto world. It comes from the word proof of work. Proof of work is how mining works. So it's sort of a little joke on that. So proof of keys simply means who has the keys. Do you have them or does your exchange have them? And this is the point of this video. For most people, when they buy a crypto, they buy it through a centralized exchange. And a centralized exchange are companies like Coinbase and Kraken and many others. And what those do is they buy and sell, or they exchange usually currency like US dollars and other currencies in Europe, such as the euro and Great British pound, and they exchange those for cryptos at the current rate. Who's willing to buy and sell for those prices? So many people get into Bitcoin and Ethereum and other currencies that way. So once they get that crypto into their account, many people just leave it there and thinking, oh, well, it's like a bank, right? It just stays there and it's mine and somehow it's insured. Well, most of those things are not true. So what really happens is that the exchange like Coinbase really has the key, not you. Now, you might have a claim on it because you opened an account and you have some financial agreement with them, but I can assure you that most exchanges will say, well, you know, if something crazy happens in our exchange, we don't really owe you, right? So we'll do our best, but sometimes things happen. So, and this has happened to numerous exchanges, from Mt. Gox in 2014 to FTX just a couple of years ago, where everything collapsed. And in fact, look, it took 10 years for people to start getting some of their coins back from Mt. Gox. I had lost some of my early coins in 2014 when I first started trading Bitcoin. And I just started getting some small part of it back just earlier this year, 10 years later. So people who have lost money at FTX, it's been already 2 years. And have they received anything back yet? No. Will they receive it this year? No. Will they receive it next year in 2025? No one really knows. We don't know how long these courts will take, how many coins have actually been stolen or not. And again, to steal a coin, we're just talking about taking possession of the private key, because once you have the private key, they're basically yours to move, and you can move it into an address or a wallet that you own. So I said we were going to talk about wallets. So what is this wallet? So at Coinbase, if you're using their wallet, typically that's called a custodial wallet, or a wallet that is managed by someone else. So when you go into their website or to their app, you give them instructions that what you would like to see happen. You would like it to see it move or sell or take it, withdraw it, in other words. So send it, withdraw it, these kinds of things like you would do to cash. Are you going to deposit it, withdraw it, or send it? And sending it is really a type of withdrawal. You're withdrawing it to send it somewhere else. So these are the types of things that you would do in the crypto world too. So, but you're trusting a third party. And even after 10 years of doing this, I had a small amount that I had still left at FTX for trading, and I've lost that for now as well. So at some point, I may be able to get some of that back. Luckily, I was aware enough only to leave a small amount for trading, and so that's that. So what do people do though when they own large amounts of crypto and they want to keep them safe? Well, the best way to do it is through what we call non-custodial wallets, which means you're not trusting a third-party custodian or someone to hold it on your behalf, because again, there's risks there. You know, some exchanges might say they're insured, but who knows? No one's actually tested that. And can they really be insured for several $1 billion of cryptos? And would they actually, resolve that in any reasonable amount of time? No one really knows, right? So if you can hold the crypto yourself, then, and again, to hold a crypto means to hold a private key, and no one else has ever used or seen that private key. It's a one-of-a-kind private key. Then what you can do is transfer from the exchange to a wallet that you own, that you control. Most of the time we call these hardware wallets or cold storage wallets. There's a number of names for it. But hardware wallet is well understood. These are little devices that you can connect to your phone or your tablet or your computer. And what they do is they encrypt and hold all of your private keys. Because you see, there are different private keys for different coins. So Bitcoin has its own format, Ethereum has its format, and other coins have their own format as well. So these devices, these small little devices that fit in your pocket, are really the key to your keys, okay, to keep them safe. And some of the best known ones are Ledger and Trezor, and there are a growing number of other options, but those are the ones that have been around the longest and have been really proven to be secure in storing private keys, okay? So why is there this private key? Because how do people send them to you? So one of the things I want you to understand is, as opposed to bank accounts where there's an account number and you use that same account number to send and receive, in the crypto world, there are two numbers. There's a public key and a private key. So the public key or the public address is how people send you Bitcoins or send you other cryptos. It's also how you withdraw other cryptos. So if you withdraw it from Coinbase, you withdraw it to your public key because Coinbase needs to know your public key to send it. But that's just like a one-way key. The public key only allows deposits and the private key only allows withdrawals. It's beautiful that way it was designed. Very smart, very, very smart. So this way you can actually give your public key out to anybody because they can just deposit. So what's the worst case? There's only two things really that can happen. One, they'll know how much Bitcoin you have. And two, they can give you some. Okay, sure, give me some Bitcoin. But they cannot withdraw it, okay? You need that private key. And ideally that private key is something that even you never see. That private key gets generated on these small devices. And then you have something called a recovery phrase in case you ever lose the device. So you can reinitialize it. So we'll talk more about security as we go along in this basics of Bitcoin series. But remember, whenever I say Bitcoin, Bitcoin is the primary cryptocurrency. It has more than 60% of the market cap of the entire crypto universe right now. And over time, we're going to see that drop probably well below 50%, meaning the value of Bitcoin versus the value of everything else. But for right now, Bitcoin is still the dominant cryptocurrency, and virtually every other crypto is based on that technology in one way or another. So Bitcoin makes a very good example. So when I say Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum, it could be Solana. Many of these rules, all these basic rules apply to all of these. They all have deposit addresses that are public and withdrawal addresses that are private. And it's really incumbent upon you to become your own bank, because that's really one of the things that crypto gives you. It gives you that opportunity to really break away from having to trust everybody, to trust your money. And then we have too big to fail banks and too big to fail crypto exchanges and all of these issues that really cause problems. If you can hold your own crypto, hold your own keys, then you can decide when to send them, to sell them again. And I'm not against using centralized exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken and many others. They're fine for what we call on-ramps and off-ramps. No, so an on-ramp simply is I'm putting my dollars in and I'm taking out crypto. And the off-ramp is I'm putting in crypto and taking back dollars, most likely at a much higher rate. So it's just in the meantime, where do those cryptos go? And that's the whole idea of having a non-custodial or a hardware wallet. So to recap what we talked about wallets, we talked about custodial wallets, which are typically the ones held on your behalf at exchanges. And then we talked about non-custodial wallets or hardware wallets. And these are wallets that you hold yourself, and you could have more than one if you choose, but many of these wallets can hold multiple cryptocurrencies at the same time. They hold your keys, private keys, the withdrawal keys to those cryptocurrencies, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or some other. So I hope this was helpful. Again, this is part of the basics series. It's really important to understand all of this. And if you have more questions, please take a look at our website, thebitcointutor.com, or online at YouTube. Right here, we have lots more videos here to help you. And if you're looking for some private consulting, our team is here to help you. Have a great day.